Hi. Hello everyone. We are here. Where is Marcus Kolsmerch? Das. If only I could tell you. I mean, this is going to be an interesting tea time because we are just about 2 hours away from the kickoff of Skulls. So I have a lot of stuff to talk to you about Warhammer 40,000 games, but I can't say anything about Warhammer 40,000 games because, of course, everything is going to be revealed in a couple of hours. I know that Yogdog has been playing Warhammer games for a good part of yesterday. I was following yesterday's stream. There's going to be a lot of Warhammer stuff coming after this as well. So stay tuned. The only thing I can say is stay tuned. The Skulls Festival of Video Games kicks off at 6 p.m. CET. There's going to be a number of big announcements, including stuff that, of course, we have in-house. So get excited about it. Yog is going to play games, but also comment on the Warhammer Skulls stream. That's going to be including all of the games. So you're going to see basically everywhere the announcements that all the developers doing Warhammer stuff are working on and more. There's kind of a lot of things that are to be announced. I'm very excited for this as well. So in an hour's time, absolutely a good point, Yog. It's not in 2 hours' time, it's in 1 hour time. We're kicking Skulls off. Is that even legal? We're almost legal. We because we actually discussed about it. Should we do tea time later? Should we do live comment on stuff? But no, I think we keep things as they are. You'll see all the stuff in an hour's time. There's interesting developments for Battle Sector. There's stuff for Gladius. There's more as well for all our other games in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. You'll see discounts popping around everywhere. There's lots of different stuff happening around it, even in the console stores as well. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I look forward to see your reactions. So I'll be upstairs pushing buttons for releases and things. So hopefully you'll have some good reaction on what we are going to, what we have in house for you guys. Hello everyone. Hello Edmund. Hello Necrotic Nexus. Hello Das. Hello Yog. Hello Byron. And everyone else. The tea time today is, of course, focused, as always, on news and other important things that have happened in the wondrous world of Slitherine. As you guys know, last week was an eventful week with our corporate event and flying over to London, and then as we speak, the guys, the pro team is in Farnborough for the combined naval event. That is a business-to-business, very cool actually event happening in Farnborough, where basically all the Navy people around the world gather into this big event to discuss professional or defense subject matters around naval the naval branch of the armed forces. It was really cool, and we have a stand there. So most of our team, our pro team, is there attending that amazing event. Just wondering when we will get an official release date for the Urban Assault DLC Starship Troopers. This is Urban Onslaught Geet Hearts 14. We'll be announcing the official release date in the first days of June. The game is likely to release in the second half of June, between the 15th of June and 20th of June. between this. I could tell you more, but I'll be probably killed by someone. But yeah, so in a couple of weeks' time, you'll know the exact date, but it's going to be in June. I hope that I can say that. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part, as always, to spoil stuff. I actually not know, but maybe there's good reason why we're sort of hiding it. But yeah, be prepared. It's not a long time since till we actually officially announce the release date. And to be honest, it's not far away, so be prepared for that. We have also, one thing I want to say, thanks to your good reactions on the developer diaries on Starship Troopers, because we had very, very, very positive feedback on these diaries. So we'll do more in the future, because there's been a lot of sort of, push towards, give us more information and so on. And it was sort of interesting to see how we crafted these diaries and released them, and there's been very positive reaction to that. So hopefully you'll get to see more of these in the future, and expect a release date coming over soon. There's quite a lot of stuff happening around Starship Troopers, because we also have the second year of release, second anniversary of release celebrations coming soon. So we are going to announce more things around this amazing property, and I'm excited to see this happening in next month, and you'll also be part of it. Talking about dev diaries, we have 2 new dev diaries being published this week. The latest on the headquarters has been the 13th dev diary on headquarters. As you know, the game's released in April. The reactions have been very, very positive. We are very happy about how the game is selling, which is, it's an important aspect on any launch, being happy about the sales, because it means that the game is continually going to be supported over time, and we're looking to support and give more attention to headquarters in the next few months and years, hopefully. The new dev diary is focusing on, what we're trying to fix as a first, post-release feedback, and also, what are the future plans for headquarters. Suffice to say that we're already working on the next few pieces of content that headquarters will receive towards the, as we progress and before the end of this year, hopefully. And if no money comes in, no games go out. Yeah, absolutely. And I have to say that, I'm not shy about discussing game sales. So again, if you have some questions about it, just fire over, because I think that it's a big part of, you guys help us sell more games, and your players, your ambassadors of our games, and so on. So, it's always good that we, when we have a successful product, this year we had Terminator, we had Headquarters already. Fidelgroy is coming very soon as well, Kingdoms. So I'm happy to say that things are going well, and the games are selling, and we can support them for months and years to come. We miss Broken Arrow. I don't miss Broken Arrow. I think you missed information about Broken Arrow, which I unfortunately I don't have many updates on. The guys are busy working on the single player campaign. We have seen iterations of that, which is coming along quite nicely, but I can't really say any more than that. The guys are very busy trying to juggle all the different tasks to come to completion of the game, and that's going to be, new for more news in the future. More frontal armor on the Kubelwagen, please. I guess that's for headquarters. We are going to make a note of that. Make a note of that. Jog, I don't know what you... Kubelwagen memes. Ah, it's a meme. I am so far behind on these things. I didn't understand that. Sorry for that, guys. Should we make a like a special unit for Yogg that goes into the game that we call the Joggelwagen, and that could be it, right? What do you think about that? The other game that received a dev diary is Armored Brigade 2, which is, just popped out in the chat. The number 5 dev diary has been published, and it's all about tactical and operational evolution of the Soviet army. Now, before this little piece of chat disappears, Terminator is one of the best RTS games released in the last decade, coming from a veteran RTS player. Here, I hope more content is released for skirmish mode because I play all the time. It's so fun. The roadmap has me excited for game's future. Absolutely, yes. We're working on many pieces of content for Terminator, and the developers are super busy doing more about that. So anyone in the headquarters team or any of our developers, think about making a Joggelwagen for all of our games. It's a single unit that you can use in any of the products. You can use it on Field of Glory Medieval. You can use it on headquarters. You can use it any of the games. We make a free downloadable Joggelwagen for all our games. Sorry, I'm reading the chat, guys. So I'm just stopping because I've got the screen is over there, and I am very old now. By the way, it was my birthday on Tuesday, and I'm very old. Anyway, the other piece of information, you know that Strategic Command World War II War in the Pacific is releasing this year, but we've also already announced the release date. The game is releasing on the 25th of June, and it's going to be massive. The game boasts a 36,000 hexes map. It's massive. It's great. It's I think one of the most difficult things about making operational strategy games at that level on Pacific is that they become very hard to manage, and as in it's all about naval warfare and so on. So we've been trying to sort of put together something that plays well, and the feedback we had from beta has been massively positive. So I'm very happy that we're able to deliver this game to you guys, and hopefully it's gonna be the war game of the year in that setting. I'm pretty sure that you're gonna enjoy it a lot. And of course, Yogg, you're excited. You've been playing more Strategic Command than anyone in the world. So, and I think that Strategic Command Pacific, in a way, is, it's another one of these things where basically we started off by releasing, the classics, and then Strategic Command were in Europe and so on, and then, I think Ryan came up with this idea of doing DLCs for the existing ones. First we had War in Americans, and then DLCs, and expanding the Strategic Command universe into other areas and other, even other time frames, just proves that that system is so flexible and cool that it allows you to, basically do whatever you can, whatever you want, if you know how to build a game around the system itself. So I'm very happy about it. Napoleon Strategic Command time frame. I wish. I think I'd love to have a Strategic Command Napoleonic game. And American Civil War one, was very well received. So I think that it might be an option in the future. Who knows? What else do I have here? I've got a lot of stuff. You don't ask me questions, so. No, okay. We have, okay, so one thing I wanted to mention about Skulls coming up later today. Skulls is also, of course, coming with a wealth of content and activities and live streams and blah, blah. One thing that I'm able to tell you now without being assassinated on the spot is that we're launching our very first knockout tournaments for Battle Sector. Now, how this is important is because we have been working on the new knockout tournament system for a long time. It's been in beta on a number of iterations. So this first one, it's not a beta, it's an official one. The only limitation is that we're limiting the number of players to 32. This is because, you know, we're sort of still in need of not testing, but making sure that everything works fine, and we don't want to disappoint anyone. So the first 32 players subscribing to the tournament will be, in this new system, which is basically 32 players and then, you know, quarterfinals, semifinals, and so on. It's a new system that ideally, if it works well and everyone likes it, we're going to roll out to all of the games. So Field of Glory, Panzer Corps, and all the other games with the tournament system. We think, if you look at the numbers we've been generating on tournaments recently, you actually see that there's a lot of passion for running tournaments, but the problem is that tournaments with the Swiss system are very long, and they tend to sort of drag on for maybe a month or 2 months. Some of the games have even tournaments go on for 3 months too. So I think that this is going to allow us to run more tournaments, to run them more frequently, and run tournaments alongside each other so that we can have more players playing in different tournaments. And this is also going to help us rank players so that in the future we're going to be able to match make players based on their experience, so that we don't have like uneven matches with, you know, big experienced players playing against newbies and vice versa. So just make it a bit fairer in terms of ranking our players as well. So this is all part of a bigger project that we're going to really reveal and announce, later. But I think this is sort of a good starting point for you guys to understand that for us, having you play against each other, but also, you know, enjoying formulas that are not necessarily involving a lot of your time is very, very important. I don't think I've got all the text of that message because it disappeared too fast. I don't think I got it all. I think this a mention of Homeworld. Miki, if you can help me, or I just not necessarily now, but yeah. I think okay. No, I got it. Down. It should be noted. Thank you, Guitars. I think what you're saying is, I think the main it's a wide subject, but I take your point, and I think that when you talk about RTSs, the idea about RTSs being trying to mimic what RTS players wanted back in like 10, 15 years ago is hard to, it's very hard to understand before you release a game. And I think that we've been seeing over and over again for the last 3 years that trying to replicate formulas that worked 10 years ago, 15 years ago is very, very hard, because your core players of Homeworld 2, for instance, or Company of Heroes 2 and so on, are expecting something that, and they are going to be the first ones to release, to review the game and be happy or unhappy about it. So coming from the perspective of, I'm trying to sort of use or do a follow-up on a game with the legacy is always harder than, here's something new for you guys, try and play it, if you like it, whatever. I think that's what happened with Starship Troopers, where, which is a typical RTS, and Terminator again, kind of the same. if there was a Starship Troopers 1, 2, and 3, and we were trying to make our, an RTS number 4, then I think the feedback we'd have would be kind of massively different. And this is a bit what we've experienced on, for instance, Master of Magic, where we launched Master of Magic, and a lot of the original players were like, "Oh, I don't like this. This is not working." And you're really trying, even if you're trying to involve them from the very beginning, you'll always get that idea of, are you not capturing what I liked of the previous one, or you're not doing things properly, and so on. Whilst you were trying to do something that's actually very, very well executed. And I have to say, I played Homeworld and 3, and it's a very, 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 very good game with production values that are absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I think that that's a very complex subject, but it has a lot of interesting aspects to discuss. The problem with RTS is players now want the AI to play like human, unpredictable. That could play a part as well. Yeah, I mean, talk about RTS scripting the opponent behavior and stuff like that. It's not easy. Absolutely. Probably RTS is not turn-based. That's a point. There's a nice article today about players I think I've seen on IGN this morning, about players not willing to play deep strategy games anymore, which I find alien, because I'm here talking to you, a lot of people who are actually, into strategy games, and I don't see that happening, but that if you go and find it, I think it's on IGN.com, on the back of research someone did. Where was I? Panzer Corps 1 that made Slitherine more recognizable among broader audience. I think so, Swibor. I think you're right. I think Panzer Corps was the start of something. The progression, if I wanted to sort of to look at the progression, Panzer Corps 1 was that type of game. Then after that, the game that contributed massively to sort of a wider recognition was Battlestar Galactica, Deadlock, and then Gladius and so on are building on the back of that, and grew over time. But I agree that Panzer Corps, the first Panzer Corps, was that game, this is of course Alex Shargin and Ian, who saw that and worked together on that game initially. That made our brand recognized in more places. Yeah. Okay. So moving on. I've said about tournaments. I have more things to say. Just a reminder that Scramble Battle Britain is going to be on this next Steam Next Fest. As you know, Steam Next Fest is the place for demos. That's happening 3 times a year on Steam. So if you want to sort of start playing Scramble and testing it, there's a demo going out on Steam Next Fest in the middle of June. I think it's around the 18th of June. No, can't remember the dates, but the middle of June. That's the case. And by the way, June 10th to 17th, of course. Thanks, Neil. I'm getting old. I'm drinking beer, so that's why I don't remember the dates. The beta is going very well. We got a lot of very, very positive feedback. So it's going to be interesting on how you give us feedback. I know, as always, we do these things not for marketing purposes, for the brand and so on, but mainly to collect feedback on the game. So make sure that you download the demo, play the demo. Probably need half an hour to an hour of your time and then give us some feedback and then play it again. More information on Field of Glory. So here stay with me, Neil, and help me here. So Field of Glory, the Field of Glory Day is going to be on June 4th, which is a Tuesday. I remember that date. The Field of Glory Kingdoms release is, of course, on the same day. Field of Glory Day is going to be celebration of Field of Glory Kingdoms, and the launch of this, 4X game that we've been working on for a very, very long time. The development has been long and hard and difficult and exciting, and all that goes with developing a huge game like this one. I have to say that the feedback we're receiving from anyone who started playing the game is very, very positive. Paolo's been trying to sort of collect feedback, honest feedback from creators and fans that were actually playing the game, and we have a list of things that we know that are going to be working very well at launch. I keep being very bullish about this game as being a Crusader King contender. That's my take. Not something, not a marketing line, but something that I really think that we have achieved, is that a game that's very much trying to capture that Crusader Kings historical, but more historical type of flavor. And the ideal scenario is that you guys become ambassadors of that idea as well. But having said that, it's a great game. It's a game also that allows you to play the battles in Field of Glory Medieval, important back in the game. It's a huge experience, and I hope that you're all going to enjoy it. Kingdoms is releasing on the 4th. That's when we're doing the Field of Glory Day, and we are also going to have on that day 2 huge historians coming here discussing some medieval history in detail, with very exciting content coming through. Dr. Claire Cannon and Dr. Robert Orton are going to be here as part of the celebration, but also as part of our participation to the Middle Ages in Modern Games Festival for the 3rd year in a row. I'm very excited about that as well. And also Neil and Alberto are going to sort of live stream the game and comment on all the very cool features that Kingdoms has. So if you want to join us, I don't know the time. When are we doing this time-wise? When are we starting? Miki's staring at me like, that's a good question. I don't know. Okay, so if anyone on the team in the chat can say what time we're going to start, as soon as Neil is drunk, so about 10 o'clock in the morning. Just saying, Neil, just saying. 9, so you see, I wasn't too far. So yeah, the Field of Glory Day on the 4th of June. Kingdom have multiplayer? No. Would pay for remastered brother versus brother with campaigning things. I don't. Planet Brain, thanks for raising brother against brother. One of my favorites, one of my absolute favorites. An amazing game. Unfortunately, that series, ended because of the absolutely insane amount of research work that would go into every single scenario. It was a massive amount of research work that couldn't be, justifying the release of that game. I think I've said everything on this page. Oh no, there's a new article, an insider article about that's in the Armory series, number 6, all about talk about medieval stuff, because we have all the medieval titles on sale this week on Matrix. So you go and talk about. This article is very much about the title is "The Face of Roman Battle," and it's all about medieval fighting, medieval battles and such. So it's going to be interesting read. And again, thanks for writing these to Liam, who's been big into sort of popularizing these subjects, and we're trying to have more of these coming through, because they are absolutely getting a massive amount of hits and attention. Am I forgetting anything, Andrea? All good? Okay. Sales. Okay, I won't say anything about what we're doing for skulls, because we're going to find out in a few minutes now. We have a lot of stuff on sale on Steam if you want. The Command series is up to 70% off. The War in the East, War in the West series is up to 70% off. Rule the Waves, 30% off, and Shadow Empire, 50% off. Operation Out of War 4.2 as well, 50% off. As I said, medieval sale on Matrix, and also the Commander series is up to 70% off on the Matrix website. The streaming schedule: Warhammer. 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5. Warhammer 40,000 with Yog Dog after this. Stargate with Exabu at 6 p.m. At 8 p.m. we have Battle Sector, Tau, and Sanctus Reach with Yog Dog. Sanctus Reach! Love it. Warhammer 40,000 Armageddon with Richard York tomorrow at 6. And at 8 we have, again, the Tau with Yog Dog, Battle Sector. You can see there's a thread there of Warhammer games. Yog is playing Warhammer on Sunday too, because he wanted to. At 6 p.m. Armageddon, and at 8 p.m. Gladius with Das Taktik. Monday is Matrix Monday, so no Warhammer. Flashpoint campaign at 4:15, Combat Mission. At 6:15 with Gamer, and 8:15 we have Combat Mission. Now that's Command Showcase with XCRG. Tuesday next week we have Yog playing Terminator. Back to Terminator Dark Fate Defiance. The series is called Chronicles #1. I don't know if we can say why, but Yog is going to explain you more about this Chronicles thing on the day. Next week we're going to be here, and Skulls is almost going to be over, which is weird. We have this now, and Skulls is in half an hour, and okay, and then next week is going to be over in half an hour, after half an hour. I've just been told that the Field of Glory event, Field of Glory Day, is going to be around 5 in the afternoon. Is that right? Yep. That's late. Neil is never going to cope with that. He's going to fall asleep after all these drinking, starting at 9 a.m. I know, that's what I'm saying, Shards. Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't make sense. Okay, we'll do a Field of Glory Day preview at 10 a.m. and then we'll do the rest later. In the meantime, guys, next week I'll see you next week. We'll have a bit of more information about. Okay, we do that, John. We do a Negroni party before Field of Glory Day, and then we do it. That's a good idea. I'll see you next week to discuss more news about, of course, Field of Glory upcoming release. Combat Mission, don't forget that's Combat Mission Normandy Battle Pack 2 is releasing on the 6th of June too as well. So there's quite a lot of stuff happening, and hopefully we'll get some reaction on from the Skulls announcements too, and give you some more information about that, because you'll have questions. Believe me, you'll have a lot of questions. So prepare the questions, and we'll be here to answer them all. In the meantime, enjoy Skulls, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.